Hey guys, Nicole Scott here from Mobile Geeks, and I'm joined with Don Dahlman.
Hi, Nicole.
So we are at the world premiere of the VW Caddy. And this is not just a worker van now, is it?
The Caddy started out in the 70s actually by Volkswagen and promote the car in the US. Because in the US, pickup trucks and everything, so they were looking for something like more work-related stuff.
Yeah.
And I think also the last iteration, which was done 2003, and imagine it was 2020 now. So the last platform they used 2003. They did some refresh in 2010, 11, 15, but this one is brand new. And they changed also the approach of like how can you use this car. Now it is more multifunctional. Yes, you have your normal hardworking guy who's like transporting his stuff, and plumbers and whatever who's using these cars, painters. But it's also like family orientated now, which is I think is a very interesting concept for Volkswagen. It's Volkswagen commercial, so it's not Volkswagen passenger cars. It's commercial. So for them, it's actually something new, and especially to make it like a kind of lifestyle car.
And I think that they have 4 different versions on stage. There's the Panamera over there. There's an Edition over there. This one.
This is just a prototype. So this is a long version.
Yeah.
So it's a bit longer. So you can put 7 people in there, which is a lot. So you normally have that in like huge vans, and you can do but it also can be used by workers as a long version. But it's not yet on the market. It's just a.
Well, none of these are on the market yet.
None on the other market. Yeah. Did you find out when they?
I did not find out when. It's later this year.
Later this year, as always.
As always. And the thing that I think is the most interesting about this is that they're really kind of design-wise trying to go after different demographics, and the use of digital services also addresses the different demographics, because we have the new VWOS, which is launching in the passenger cars. We saw it in the ID3, it's going to be in the Golf, and this is something that across the board is one of the more leading infotainment systems on the market, because it has the ability to kind of customize the layout, and the digital services will be quite integrated. We're waiting to see it roll out, but there are some business applications that are specific to the commercial vehicles.
Yes, exactly. So you can record your travels. So you can record individual trips. You can also, it's kind of a database on what you have done throughout the day, and that's important for your taxes, of course, because especially in Europe you can use it very much, because you can get some refunds from your tax office if you can prove the mileage. Until now it was analog. So you had a little book where it was writing down, I started with 1,500 kilometers, and I'm coming back with 1,508 kilometers. And you had to do it for every trip. Now you have a kind of board computer, and it's just adding up the trips, giving it out in an Excel sheet, and you're good to go. You just print it out and give it to your tax office. That's good.
And you're also going to be able to customize the cars themselves to have little fridges, or to be more like a minivan like we have in the US, or just make it like a camper van. So this is the other exciting thing.
I think the lifestyle part of it, we're a bit surprised by the presentation here. You maybe hear it in the background. There's a DJ playing music, and there's a lot of things going on here. So it's a lifestyle event actually. So it was presented like a lifestyle car. And I think this is new. It's not about the sleeves up worker, it's about how can you use this car. You have the Golf, which is like the everyday for everybody car, but this is not more versatile, but it's more versatile if you have a bigger family, for example, or you have a hobby like photographing or going fishing or something like that. You can use this in so many different cases, and that's it's not exactly new, because the old Caddy also had some versions and could be flexible, but it's because they used the new Golf platform for this car, they have way more space, and they have way more components or way more ideas that they can play around. And I think what we see here, the Panamericana, which is more the rough off-road stylish, or the more over there, this more glitzy, you can use this car when you go for a premiere in a cinema or something. I think that's something new, and I think it's very interesting. And in terms of connectivity, yeah, I think that's a whole new ball game, not only for like hardworking people, but also for families.
For me, the idea of an industrial van, it's never really digital and tech forward, right?
Yeah.
Like that concept of like a rugged car that can take a beating doesn't necessarily include digital services in my mind. So the fact that they've rolled this out in combination, and really this VWOS, I think it's very, very sleek, and we're going to be seeing different services roll out as it goes along. Right now at launch we only have the mileage tracking one, but I think that we're going to see a lot more services offered over the lifetime of this car.
Yeah, I think that's the idea behind the whole Volkswagen OS thing, which is not yet finished, but it's like coming to Volkswagen, to all Volkswagen cars, means like also to Audi, also to other brands. So they're using one brand and then adding features. So what they want to do is like having this one OS. It's like Windows. Sorry, it's like Windows. You have one OS, but you can buy different programs for it that you can use how you want to use it. And I think that's the same going to happen here. And for this car especially, it's quite interesting because then you're really versatile, and then you can upsell also in the aftermarket a lot of stuff, which is also very important.
Extremely important, actually, extremely important.
People will ask, where is the electric version?
Oh, yeah,
there is an
point.
electric version of this car. It's not the new version, but it will come. So there will come a completely version. They will come a mild hybrid and hybrid version. So they will have everything. But of course, this car is now firstly made for like hardworking people, workers, and they don't buy the electric version because they still go. They're conservative. They go with the old diesel. And the electric version is more expensive. So we're talking a lot about operative costs when you have a company. You know that. So this is why Volkswagen decided to come later in the market with an E-version, but it will come. And I think it's important to know that you will get this car. And if you see how Volkswagen is developing the ID.3, how they are developing the ID.3, and I think part of what you see in the ID.3 will you see here. That means also like a huge reach for the car. So that will be then an argument also for like the working part who's buying that to buy this car.
Yeah, very good point. I completely forgot about the electric angle because it wasn't really talked about during the press event. Yeah. But you're completely right that this is on the roadmap of what's happening with the Caddy.
You can't afford not having one. And what we also heard that this car is, maybe if you're in the US, you don't get it. You don't get it from Volkswagen, not alone. But we heard rumors that there is maybe things going on with a rebadging with another manufacturer. But
yeah,
it's very unofficial.
This news will come later, and we're not going to break it now because we're not sure it's true.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, I think there are talks between two manufacturers, like Volkswagen and other manufacturer. I heard, and I think there is an interest in the American market for this car.
There definitely is an interest.
Absolutely, because it's versatile. You can put 7 people in it. You can use it for different purposes, hobbies especially. You don't have to have a huge pickup. It's economical. It's it's reliable. So I think it's a good car for the US market. So I think you just have to hold on a bit. It will come.
The news will come. All right, so this has been Don Dahlman.
And Nicole Scott.
We're live at the VW Caddy event here in Dusseldorf.
Yeah, so see you next time. Bye.